So in today's video, this is sort of a viewers questions answered type video. There are 3 questions I'm going to address today. Maybe not fully, but the first one is the difference between flattening and securing a document, and do you need it? The second one is fillable, editable PDFs. And then the third one is on how to take multiple files and put them into one file for uploading to TPT. Stay tuned. Hi everyone, if you are new or returning, welcome. Here at It's All Primary, we talk teacher side hustles. Hope you are having a wonderful summer. It's a bit too warm for me. It's 30 Celsius. I don't even know what that is in Fahrenheit. I think it's 90s. A little too warm. My tomatoes are not turning color. I actually got to pull them off and put them on a counter where they're not, they don't need it that hot. Anyways, TPT conference is over. Overall, it was good. I want to rewatch one of them, and I want to also watch one that I didn't watch last week. I want to make sure I watch all the videos either for the first time or again before the end of this month, even though we have access to the videos till the end of August. For me, I don't know about you, but we have a civic holiday here in Canada, well, in British Columbia where I live, on the first Monday of August, which is usually the day before the TPT site-wide sale. That's usually how it falls. Anyways, I don't know what it is. The moment I wake up the next day, it's like school mode. I'm already thinking school. So for me, I got to get as much business stuff done in July that I possibly can. Strategy, intention are my words. It's been a good summer so far. It's a lot of driving. I'm chauffeur, and that's okay. I have days where I don't have to be anywhere except for the gym or wherever. But let's talk about these. So the question of flattening and security comes up regularly. And do you need to do it? What is it? What's the difference? Do I need to do both? Blah, 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 right? Let's start with the definitions of what they are. What does it mean to flatten a document? So when you are creating a document, so you've got I'm going to use PowerPoint as an example. I have my PowerPoint open and I'm typing text, and then I'm thinking, oh, I want to add some clip art. I want to add a border. So I add a border. When I added that border, I added a layer to the document. Okay. And then I'm thinking, oh, and I would like to put some cute little clip art in the corners or something. So I add a clip art on the corners, or I add a clip art over on the side. By me doing that, I've added a layer to my document. So right now, every time I add something, it's a layer. Your text is one layer, your border is another layer, your clip art's another layer, and it could be multiple layers. Like every time you add something to the document, you're adding a layer. Okay? So for example, when you, and you might get this message, especially on PowerPoint, whether you want to position things forward or backward, right? Because you're working with layers. What flattening does is it takes that document that could be 6 layers to 1. It just flattens it all together. So now it becomes 1 layer. That's flattening. Okay. When you buy clip art, whether it be free or paid, or even fonts, there is usually in their terms of use is that you have to flatten and secure their work. So flattening means what I've just said. You've taken their clip art, which if you don't flatten, someone can open up that document and just right-click, copy, and remove and paste it somewhere. But by flattening it, they can't do that. It makes it a little bit harder to do. One of the other things that you can do, and you again have to read the clip art artist's terms of use. That's a very important document that you need to look at. But sometimes they will say, you can use this clip art if you add something to it. So for example, maybe they're called kid toppers, where it's just the top of a kid and they're holding a sign, and then you type something on that sign and then flatten it. Well, if someone tried to get that clip art, your words are on that clip art now. Like you've added that. Or you can add a background color or something like that. That is all part of the flattening process. And again, I would say 99% of clip art artists want you to have their work flattened. There are a couple different ways you can flatten a document, okay? One of them is by using a actual program that flattens, such as my favorite, Flatpack by Bearwood Labs. If you don't have it and you have a PC, it will be on sale during the TBT site-wide sale, so wish list it now. In Canada, Adobe costs about $20 a month, which is why I stopped using it, whereas Flatpack is a one-time cost, right? By the way, Bearwood Labs will also have their products on sale, usually on their website during site-wide sale as well, because they don't put their Mac products on TPT. I don't know why. Who knows? But that's fine. That's where I bought them. And then there are PDF toolkits, PDF editors that you can flatten. Some of them have very small costs, like $1 something a month, right? All these different things. So they're out there. So that's one way. The other way, and I'm going to try and show a picture while I'm talking about it, is to export say you're in PowerPoint, you export your page, the page that all this stuff is on, as a JPEG. And now suddenly it's no longer really a document. It is a image. It's an image. And then you put it back into your PowerPoint and then just keep working. It sounds complicated, but it's actually quite easy. In some ways, that's what I do with boom cards. I make them in PowerPoint and then I export them as a JPEG so that they're all images. And then the images go upload straight into Boom, and we're just add a couple things and I'm done. Okay, and I will be having a Boom tutorial. So there's a couple things that have been changed recently. Maybe August, if not early September. So it's on the list, it's coming. All right, so that's flattening. What securing means is basically you're putting your resource as a PDF so that it discourages and it makes it a little bit harder for someone to turn around and either copy or edit your work. If you don't secure it, they can do whatever they want to it. And it's your work. Again, your work, and by the way, you should always have a little copyright at the bottom of your work. Even if they're just task cards, put a little copyright in there. Copyright is the C with a circle around it, and then your store name. You can put the year if you want, you don't have to. Some people put the year just to prove when they made it, so that sort of stuff. Okay, so that's flattening and securing. Do you need to do them? Absolutely. If you create a resource where there's absolutely you're using the standard fonts that Google or even PowerPoint supply, you didn't add any clip art, you won't have to flatten, you should still secure your work. It's your work. You don't want anyone turning around and taking it. People do it, unfortunately. There are sellers on TPT who have literally stolen other sellers' work. It's shocking. It's quite blatant sometimes, and it's boggled that people do that. But anyways, with almost 8 million products on TPT, they figure, well, no one's going to see it. Not everyone will see it, or maybe the person I stole it from won't see it, right? Which actually segues into something I want to talk about. If you are a brand new seller, and the TPT sale is coming up in a couple weeks now, and this is why on our Facebook group this coming week we're doing a 3-day marketing challenge with almost 8 million products on TPT. Just uploading your product, even if it's just optimized, is not enough nowadays to get your product visible. Your product, if no one sees it, no one buys it. Okay? So you need to have 1 just one, sort of marketing where you're going to talk about your products. Okay, just one. You don't have to do them all. I don't particularly like Instagram, and even when I was really, really active on Instagram, I got very little traffic to TPT. So I post things very randomly. I have I've got my personal and I've got my It's All Primary one. I don't post a whole lot, right? Because it's my time is too precious now to just post and wonder whether anyone saw it. I don't particularly like that, to be honest. Different marketings can be Instagram. And again, if you've got a good following on Instagram, or you're trying to grow your Instagram following, and that's what you like to do, reels and all this sort of stuff, then do that. You can be on Facebook, you can be on Twitter, you can be on TikTok, you could get an email list going, right? Set up a really fabulous freebie and use it to build your email. Pinterest, or even YouTube. Some people use YouTube as a way of marketing. So there's different things that you can use. They will all work. They may not all work for you, right? Depending on how you post things, your audience, all sorts of things, okay? But pick one and do it. Pick one. If you are brand new and you don't even have 10 products, I would say get those 10 products up. Even 20 to 30 before you start spending time with marketing. Marketing can take a couple hours a week and that's it. You can batch if you wanted to, but it's got to be something you can do consistently. Okay. So that's just a plug for next week's 3-day challenge. If you're interested, join our Facebook group. You just got to answer the questions, advertise. No. Okay. Number 2. Editable and fillable PDFs. I get this one every so often, and I made a video on editable products a couple years ago. I'm going to put the thumbnail right here. I actually rewatched this video and I thought, yeah, there's the information for the most part is still right. There's more ways of doing things, but that gives you the general ones. But I did get asked about, what do you do with, how do you make those products where you just type a person's name in and then it shows up on a certificate or it shows up on a tracing formula, right? And I know how to do it using Flatpack, but there's a little caveat to that. I don't get the right font size, and because I don't have a proper or a PDF tool to edit my font, I can't quite do it, so I'm stuck here. So I'm going to turn the camera around. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about, but it is actually quite easy. Again, if you have Flatpack by Bearwood Labs, or if you have Adobe Pro, these will work very similarly. Okay, if you are using something else, there's I hear you can make fillable documents or fillable forms in Canva for free, but there's still going to be, you can't just make them and they work. There's got to be something else happening, right? You've got to take them another step into a PDF editor of some sort. A PDF editor seems to need to be involved in this process. So if you know a way out of where I get stuck, send me a message because it's driving me crazy. So like I said, I'll show it to you. Okay, so let's turn the camera on and I'll show you that. We're in PowerPoint, and in my PowerPoint I've created 2 documents. So the first one is a series of boxes that I'm going to want student names in, and then the actual document itself is the second one. So I just created some lines using the shape tool. So they're dotted interline for my students who are doing printing practice. And with Flatpack, you can see it's here. I have Flatpack and I also have PowerPack by Bearwood Labs. What you do is into the first box. So if I want this student name to show up on this list right here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight, and then I'm going to open up Flatpack, and I want to convert to a PDF form field. So it's going to ask me what the name of this, where it's going to connect to. So if this box is going to be my first name, then I'm going to match it up to something in the second pages to go with that. Okay, so let me just show you. So I've got name 1 here. So when I put a name here, it will automatically fill whatever box here I've put name 1. So I think I did in the first one, right? So I highlight there and you can see name 1 is there. So this box will fill this line. And I just did it all the way down. Okay, so name 2, right? All the way to name 6. You then have to create the PDF. So I create a PDF, name it student tracing draft. I think it's like, so it creates a PDF. So I'm going to open up the PDF so you can see what it looks like. There is page 1, and where you see the shaded box means you can type in there. And here is page 2, and like I said, it's showing this font, not the font that I wanted, and it's slightly out of the lines. But let me just put some names in here for you so you can see. Okay, whoops. I scroll down, and there they are. But if I go over to Edit PDF, whoops, this one, it will say you need a password. And I don't know if that's my Flatpack password. It could be. I can't remember what it is. I'd have to do some digging for that one. But there's that. And then someone suggested the properties toolbar. So let me just show you. Someone will say that to me. Go to your properties toolbar. So here's properties bar. And it says, no, right? I get this. So as I said, I can't edit here, right? I can't edit here. I just can't edit in this Adobe. I need a paid version, which I don't want to pay for. All right, so if you have some suggestions, I would love to hear them. I did go to an online PDF editor and it, for some reason, blanked out the first page, so I'm not sure what happened there. Anyways, let's move on to the next question. I was doing this a lot the other summer when I was making some back to school decor, and I always like to give an editable feature, which again is a plus, right? You want to make those extra little things to sell your product over someone else's. But I had multiple files. I had a regular PDF and then I had an editable PowerPoint. So I had to combine them, and literally the answer is zip folders. Okay, and if you have never seen one, I will show you that to you right now. Let's turn the camera around and let's do it. I have 2 PDFs here. So these are some place value products that I made, and I want to make maybe I want to make a product that has each of the seasons. So there's fall and winter. All I need to do is create a folder, and I'm going to call it seasonal place value. And I'm just going to literally, I'm not going to drag it in there. I'm going to copy it in, paste, and we'll do the other one, copy, paste. Sometimes if it was the only 2 things I wanted to do, I'd just drag them straight in. Now, I can't upload this file the way it is on TPT. I need to zip it or compress it. The file size could be too big. So I'm going to right click it, and I'm going to go down here where it says compress. And then a little zipper is going to show up on a file folder right there. And that there is what I can upload to TPT, so that when the buyer purchases this, they will have this when they download, and they just have to unzip it, and then it turns into this. Okay, that's it. He likes to kiss. Anyways, next videos, I'm going to be doing a TPT store review, so I will be emailing. I usually email 3 to 4 people, and one person's kind of on deck. I might bump it because I do want to do a video on preparing for the TPT site-wide sale. The back to school tends to be, for most people, the big one. Not everyone, but for many people. So I do want to kind of throw some last minute things to get yourself ready for the back to school sale. So TPT store reviews are coming, and the TPT site-wide sales coming, and a few other things. Again, updates to Boom. I can't remember the rest of them. I'll have to look at my list. But anyways, wherever you are in the world, I hope you and your family are staying safe, being healthy, and we'll catch you in that video or the playlist. See ya.